Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Marks. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So yesterday, of course, there was images revealed of the stacks at St James's Park. The plan that has been put in motion, of course, for a fan zone on Strawberry Place. It's going to be a temporary thing that will be there for 3 years. That is what has been said, but the plans have been put into motion, of course, for that. They're just awaiting the green light from Newcastle City Council. But yesterday at St James's Park, inside the Magpie Suite at St James's Park, there was CGI images revealed to show what the stacks would look like at Strawberry Place once they are fully up and running. And of course, we have been told that the stacks will more than likely not be up and running this year. It will be at the start of next year, February to April of next year. But it will be up and running this season, hopefully, of course. But this is just a massive, massive piece of news, because there's so much potential with the St James's Park stacks. There's just so much potential that is there, that the club will be able to tap into, the area will be able to tap into as well. There'll be so much on show there because it's not only a match day like we've talked about already on the channels so far. It's not just on a match day, it's going to be throughout the week that the stacks will be in operation. We've seen it before in the city, of course. At Pilgrim Street, there was stacks there for quite a while. Unfortunately, they ended up getting taken down. It took them about 5 months to build the stacks on Pilgrim Street, is what has been said. So that shows you right there, how quick they can get these buildings up and running, because at the end of the day, all they really are is shipping containers. But we've seen, plenty of benefits from this around the world. We're seeing it with the likes of the World Cup, where the stadium, of course, at the Qatar World Cup was put up, and that was shipping containers. Didn't take them that long to put up. Doesn't take that long to take back down when you're finished with it as well. So that is why this is being used as an approach, because it is a temporary thing whilst we wait for the feasibility studies on St James's Park's capacity, of course, to see if it is possible to expand the stadium, of course, onto Strawberry Place on the Gallagher end, of course, and the East Stand as well, with them listed buildings there. But that is for another video further down the line when we get to that. Right now, I'm talking about in this video today the potential and the possibilities that is here with this news that, of course, Stack being the fan zone on this property at Strawberry Place. Now, like I said, there's plenty of possibilities, plenty of potential, and that is because, as you can see in some of the images, there is a stage, there's a main stage inside Stack. Now, this is an area what could massively be tapped into by the club. You could have ex-players on there, music on there before the game, and then throughout the week you could have acts on there as well. Many local musicians coming on and doing gigs at Stack, of course. And there's just so much potential there to be able to get a lot of people in, a lot of people that enjoy themselves. And of course, like I've just talked about, getting former players onto the stage to talk about, of course, their times in Newcastle United, talk about the current match that's going to be played that day as well. Then after the match, you could get the former player to come back on the stage again, and talk about his thoughts on the day's game, what played at St James's Park that day. And then, of course, like I say, many different local artists could come on. You could maybe have some Sam Fender gigs at Stack, maybe some other local artists as well, a chance to show off their skills and show off their craft as well. It's the St James's Stacks at Strawberry Place, and this is all going to be as well powered by SELA, the front of shirt sponsors, who are a destination and an event organizer. They've done plenty of stuff out in Saudi Arabia, of course, including the Dubai Season Cup, which we took part in and actually won out in Saudi Arabia as well. So there's plenty of potential here. It just needs the green light from Newcastle City Council, which is in motion now, to get that green light, hopefully. I can't see Newcastle City Council turning this one down, to be honest, because it's massively beneficial to the city. It's massively beneficial to the area as well, because it's going to bring in so much revenue to the area, and it will hugely help the region to grow as well. Because it's not only about Newcastle, it's also about the region in a whole as well, because so much more is to be benefited here, in the fact that the Northeast region will get some very much needed investment into it to help the area grow and get back on that level and back on that path that we want to be on, of course. But it's saying that it'll be February to April. We can expect to see the work fully finished, them up and running. So hopefully, of course, it will be done before the end of this season. But if not, then it will be done in time for the next season. But like I say, it took about 5 months, from what has been said, to erect the buildings on Pilgrim Street, which of course are no longer there now because they took them down. But it doesn't take long to put them up, and of course, it will be hugely beneficial moving forward. Now, there will be a preview up on the channel for the upcoming game against Brentford, of course, returning back to club football after the international period. England, of course, play tonight as well. So anybody who is watching that, hopefully England, of course, wins. I'm going to be watching that myself. And then, of course, after that game against Brentford, we go into our first game in the Champions League since 2003, and our first game in Europe since, of course, 10 years since we were last in Europe, when we were in the Europa League and we took on Benfica, of course. But this will be the first time we have been in the Champions League since 2003. Which is going to be absolutely amazing, that one. But we've got to get past Brentford game in the Premier League first, and then we can focus on that one. So keep an eye out on the channel for the preview for the game against Brentford. And if you have liked this video and it's been of note to you, please do hit a like on it. Please do consider subscribing to the channel as well, as I'm on the road to 2k subscribers, trying to hit that very, very quickly so that we can get on the next milestone on the channel. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. And how are the lads?